versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about. Versus the world. We don't fuck around. If we did, we found out we got drafts. Versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about.
Welcome once again to another episode.
Oh,
I thought you stopped it.
Yeah, I did too.
I heard a click and
oh no.
the
we're-
Drunks versus the World
well,
podcast.
He's been
Take
drinking
two.
already. Yeah, we're gonna record. Take two. No, sorry. I'm Jason,
I'm Justin.
And I'm Lucas.
and I guess we're the Drunks versus the
We
world.
are.
I guess.
Yeah,
It's a big day.
big day.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. Big weekend
The
of sports.
Kentucky Derby, T-Wolves Nuggets. We had Backlash, which I'm not going to watch it. You want to share the results unless you want.
We're gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to watch it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll put it on one of the other TVs so
Gotcha.
you can still watch the game.
Gotcha.
So Backlash, and then there was
UFC 301.
301 Canelo fight
Canelo
tonight.
and I
Yeah,
forget his opponent's name.
he'll win.
He does, of course. Canelo. It's just another $50 million fucking payday for Canelo. That guy's got to be living like a king. Mm-hmm. You know,
What's the big UFC fight?
I don't think it's a.
It's like the 125 or 135 champion, Pantoja, against the other guy. I don't know his name.
McGregor's going to be back. He's coming back apparently in June.
Yep, he's
Yippee.
fighting.
I can't fucking stand him.
Fighting
He needs to
Chandler.
just retire. I don't think I've ever seen him win ever since I started watching UFC because he's lost his last.
He lost the last 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one win was Cerrone. which
Yeah, Cerrone
just
was on his fucking retired right after that, I think.
Yeah,
Do you guys have a favorite UFC match?
Yes, me and him together, our favorite is Diego Sanchez versus fucking Clay Guida.
that fight was incredible.
The first, they come out of their sides and they just start swinging for like 45 seconds straight. Just haymakers. That was a great fucking fight.
I think if I remembered any of the that Holloway Gaethje fight that just happened, I'd probably be that would be up there.
Be up there.
Because he knocked him out literally with 1 second left in the
Yeah.
He was
fight.
ahead or he was winning. Right?
Yeah, that was fucking incredible. Me and the wife were watching it and I was like, holy fuck, are you kidding me? He just had to he just caught him at the right fucking, I mean, usually that's how a knockout works. But this fucking 1 second left.
And it was one of those, they hear the horn for 10 seconds left, and Holloway just kind of looked at him and was like, come on. And they both just went balls to the wall.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It was a good fight. Definitely was. And like he said, if he remembered. He left. There was the main event and the co-main event left, and he left right before the co-main event. And
Yeah.
he messaged me the next day, and he asked if he left early, and I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw the result. I looked on Reddit and I saw the result of the main event, and I was like, wait, why don't I remember
I don't
that?
remember that. Yeah.
So,
Kind of similar to me in WrestleMania this year. I was fucking there. That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
I remember most of it, but memory is spotty.
All right.
There's some matches I don't.
Yeah, it was definitely I liked this year's WrestleMania is hard to beat. I mean, though every year, this is probably the greatest one of all.
Yeah,
it's
they
always better
say that
than the
every
one
year.
year before, fuckers. You know.
Yep.
I think this one has a legitimate claim.
It does.
Yeah.
to
17, I think, is the best. I think most people, that was the year with Stone Cold and Rock.
Oh,
You know
first
what?
time as the main event, and then that first TLC match with the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys.
One of these days, we'll find that on YouTube and we'll throw that up because I know what you're talking about. I don't think I've seen it though.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. Except the end where fucking Stone Cold and Vince become
Homies.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
that was
when
the
he-
first time they. Yeah, it was kind of a shitty ending.
Yeah, but the best thing about that whole fucking situation was everybody was just like, they didn't care how bad Stone Cold could be as a heel. He was more of an anti-hero type. He was like Wolverine. He was like one of those guys who was like, he's such a fucking asshole, but you gotta love him type of thing. So and that was the thing with Stone Cold back then.
Oh yeah.
So
Vince was the boss and he was the anti-authority guy.
Yep.
And he was just really hard to turn into a heel and keep him a heel because he just has the charisma.
Yeah, he was good at being a heel, but he's much better.
Yeah.
My favorites, I just love the fucking skits they used to do where all of a sudden, McMahon could just be sitting there, then he'd get attacked by Stone Cold. He'd get in the hospital, he'd get hit over the head with that fucking bedpan.
I love that one.
Yep.
Just all this random shit that you would see that he
drove that beer truck by the ring and start spraying everybody.
Yeah. And then Kurt Angle thought, I'm going to do it too, but with a fucking milk. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Angle was hilarious, though.
He was.
The golden boy, perfect little drink your milk and eat your Wheaties type of guy. Yeah.
And he did play a really good heel, too. Like, he knew how to work the crowd. Yeah. And
one of the best.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't like Angle at first because of his character was based on him being a gold medalist. Okay, I get it. He was a gold medalist. Thank you very much for going over and whooping ass for us. And so bringing him in and having him do that at the beginning, great idea. Let's move on from it for a while. Let's try something. Let's try a different angle there, Kurt. And pun intended, too,
I
disagree. I think he was great.
Yeah,
the whole time.
As far as
you're wrong.
I think he is one of the all-time. I think he's like a top 5 all-time wrestler.
Oh, I don't know, top 5. That's fucking tough because you never put him on your Mount Rushmore.
He's one that only looking back now, as I start to get more into wrestling again,
especially in the ring.
Yeah, in the ring, absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, the guy was a fucking athlete. I mean, him as
gold medalist.
the guy. His athleticism was never in question. I just didn't like the persona that they perceived, and they kept him using it for 30 fucking years. Change it up a bit. I mean, look what they did with The Undertaker. Yeah, he was always the dead man, but they changed up how he looked like. He was the American badass, and then he was just straight up Undertaker. Then you had the Satan cult fucking dude, and then they had that where the one he was at the beginning. Change it up a little bit. That's all I'm asking.
I disagree.
Well, you're both wrong.
It worked out fucking great for him.
It did. Yeah. Until he came to North Dakota and got a DUI.
Yeah, he did. Was he on I-29?
Which one?
No, he was. Yeah,
Kurt Angle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Leaving Grand Forks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He had a huge pill problem too.
Oh yeah. Well, most of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah. The shit that they put their bodies through, and it's not just Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. They do house shows. Yeah, they do house shows practically every other day.
They go to work.
Look at Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a huge pill problem. He had a huge everything problem.
Christ,
but it was because of his body.
And he showed up to that match with Sting, completely doped out. Yep.
Yeah, I think that was one of the main reasons why they never asked him back to WWE.
Yeah,
because I know Matt's. I don't remember if they were asked that there was a possibility of him go back to WWE.
He wanted. I think what he said is that he wanted AEW to let Jeff out of his contract so that they could hopefully have one more run in WWE or something. Right. But he ended up signing with TNA now.
Well, it is what it is.
TNA or AEW?
TNA.
TNA. Yeah, they just... that the whole situation with both of those guys was... They were both phenomenal wrestlers. And look, I mean, have you seen how big fucking Matt Hardy's gotten lately?
Yeah.
First of all, he got fat. Then he just got back into shape. But now he's fucking... I mean, he's
jacked.
Jacked, yeah. There's no HGH at all.
Yeah, he was dating Lita back in the day. And
Oh, yeah.
Edge
before Edge started banging.
Yeah, and Edge started banging her while while she was with Matt Hardy, and that whole behind the scenes situation is what caused the Hardy Boys to initially leave WWE, or they got they got released because Edge was a bigger star, and
which I think is debatable. I think Jeff could be a bigger star than Edge,
but he wasn't.
I think he had that potential,
right?
But I think with all the pills and all that shit,
Another problem is that, I mean, obviously look at the size difference. Edge was a big boy. And they didn't really take full advantage of his of what he could bring to the table until later on in his career.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
Once him and Christian split, and they released Christian, Edge stayed, and he became a fucking multi-time world champion.
Remember Gangrel?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, the Brood.
The Brood.
Yeah.
One of my favorite entrances.
That was a cool.
I like
music.
The music was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a sick riff.
Yeah, the Brood was interesting.
Yeah,
I liked it at the time because I was like, vampires were cool then, you know, and
they still are.
I thought it was cool.
At least not the fucking sparkly fucking losers in Twilight.
Yeah, but his thing was they only had really hired him because he's kind of a veteran of the industry and stuff.
Yep.
And so his whole job was to get Edge over. That was it. And then Edge wanted to bring Christian with too. Mm-hmm. And so
Christian, as a tag team wrestler, fantastic. As a solo, I don't think that great.
I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle solo, or if I do, I don't remember it.
They tried him as a solo wrestler in WWE before they released him, and it wasn't that great.
I agree.
Yeah, he went over to AEW or TNA, then to AEW.
Yeah, he is better as a tag teamer.
I like his character in AEW. Like, I think it actually works for him. But I haven't seen him actually wrestle.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't have much of a move set.
No,
and he's not like a big guy or anything.
No,
so it's
You know, and I you know, you got at the Edge. What is it? The drop that he does, the electric chair drop.
Yep.
And then he has
a spear.
His spear is okay. Okay, buddy. It's kind of gay. You know, it's not a spear like Goldberg. Goldberg puts fucking. I mean, obviously the guy hurts too many people, but Goldberg's fucking spear is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to anybody else's. And then when you see Edge try to do it, I'm like, I don't think you can consider that a spear. That's more of just tackling him. You know?
I think it's a cool move in general. I think everybody does it well.
Yeah. I mean, you got to admit, though, the best one is Goldberg.
Yeah.
I mean, but then his shoulders are made of fucking iron. I mean, the guy's just built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if he would have just taken his time a little bit more, he could have. Yeah, he's world champion. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. But 75% of his fucking people that wrestled him will never do it again.
Yeah,
because of he's just reckless.
Yep.
You know, but Gangrel, have you seen that fucker lately?
Mm-hmm.
You're a fat boy.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a little big.
Yeah, I saw an interview with him. That's actually how I had found out that his whole deal was just to bring him in and get Edge over. But he's still a wrestling trainer at some wrestling school where he's at.
If these guys just do it right, I mean, they can stay in the fucking in the industry and not be fucking broke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now. I mean, these top stars are making fucking money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know. Look at, I mean, you seen that, what was it, what's his name? Not Dolph Lundgren, Dolph Ziggler. It was one of the other guys that came up around the same time. Him and his wife were both wrestlers, and they did a reality show for like 2-3 years. You know, and you can see.
Sounds familiar.
I can't remember. He wrestled at WrestleMania. I just can't remember what his name was. it doesn't matter because I don't like the guy anyway. They were just generic he's a generic wrestler. To me. So
I can't think of who that would be.
He won the title for a while, and then he came up around the same time as Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles and all those guys. I just can't think of his fucking name. It doesn't matter because, like I said, I'm not a fan of the guy anyway. So, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, to get back to that Conor McGregor thing, a lot of people fucking want to argue about him being the GOAT of his fucking, whatever, being in the top five of all time. The only thing that he did that was worth the shit was he did get his title. He did carry 2 titles at once. Yeah. But he got stripped of it a week later. Because, you just can't. Well, and he never, so he went on a great run at, what was it? What's right below lightweight? Whatever it is, yeah, at 145. Yeah. Went on a great run, wins the title, awesome. He had such hype that they immediately gave him a title shot at 155. He wins that. But he never defends either one of them. And then all he did after that was he went up to 170 to fight Diaz. Lost. Yeah, and then that's it. Yep. Not a single title defense of either title. Yep.
Have there been a lot of fighters that have had 2 different titles at the same time? Yeah,
there's a lot of double champions. DC, if I remember right. No, DC wasn't a double fight. I know BJ Penn was. Yeah, BJ. But there was never anybody that carried 2 titles at the same time. 2 different weight class titles at the same time. He was the only one who did it.
2 chicks at the same time.
Israel. I think that's what I'll do.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Man.
I had $1 million. I think I can make that happen. I think Adesanya had a chance because when he was so dominant at 185, they did give him a shot at 205, but he got
rocked.
Fuck.
Yeah, the guy took him down and just pounded him for 5 rounds.
Yeah. No, McGregor's he's a good fighter. But now, there's no reason to keep doing it now. You did what you wanted to do. You wanted to be a champion, a world champion, and you did it twice. Can you be considered the GOAT in those? No, you can't. Because greatest of all times will defend their shit. Yeah. Unless you have a number of defenses of your title or titles, I don't think you can really be considered a GOAT.
You know who the real GOAT is? Secretariat.
True.
You might be right.
Well, he's a horse, not a goat.
Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
No.
Who would win in a fight, Seabiscuit or fucking Secretariat?
I think Seabiscuit would, because Seabiscuit was a little bit later, so he was more of he had to fight for it more than Secretariat.
Yeah. It's tough. It only takes 1 shot. I've seen a horse kill another horse. There's a video of it.
Why would you watch that?
It was on I think it was on the Unexpected subreddit or something, and it had a not safe for work. Some tag. So I was like,
what's this?
But it was this rant. I think it was in Mexico. It was just a horse ranch. They were I think trying to breed these horses, and the male horse was, getting frisky and wanted to mount the female, and the female kicked it right in the head, just boom.
Oh my God.
It went down, kind of shook a little bit, and then evacuated its bowels, and it was dead.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
Well, remember that next time you guys try to mount a horse.
This is what, right? But this is what if you ever see people fuck with horses, when cops are on horses or something, and they walk up behind them and pat the horse, they don't realize, they don't realize it. Horses are insanely accurate with when they kick. Yep. And if they hit you right, you will die.
You'll die.
Yep. I actually knew somebody who got kicked in the face by a horse.
Yeah.
It knocked out her 2 front teeth or 3 front teeth. And it was, she got lucky because it was just the tail end of the kick, you know?
Yeah.
So caught her right in the mouth, right in the mush, you know?
God. Well, I think there was that story in Fargo where some gal got locked in a trailer with a horse and fucking went ape shit and died.
Oh, I can about imagine. The
here in
horses, you know, they don't like being in them in the first place.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Scary.
Fuck yeah. You ever guys ever watch that Yellowstone?
Yeah. I like it.
You see that episode where Teeter and what's his name were in the water in that creek, and these two guys come up on the horse and they try to trample them and drown them under the water with their horses.
Oh, yeah. That's
Fucked up. They fucked those two up bad too.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, horses are too dangerous. They should be banned.
Canceled. Cancel horses.
Ban horses.
Yep, canceling horses.
I think I read
think we should eat
a
them
meme that said, dog's best friend, what about a horse? We were the ones that helped you through all these wars and fucking round up your
Right.
cattle and shit. We're
See,
the best friends.
Where's the people screaming for horses saying, listen, they didn't want to be here. The Spaniards brought them over. You know, but we're not racist against horses.
That's a good point.
Go back to your home country, you fuckers. You know, we're not like that with a horse.
Well, because I'm not.
I know where you're going to go with it. We were going to have to probably not put this episode out if you would have said what you were going to say.
Nope.
No, dude, I've ridden a lot of horses back in the day, and they're fun to ride if you know what you're doing. And I was lucky. I was on a very tame horse.
Yeah.
But this fucking horse obviously didn't like me because then we rode it to the fairgrounds and we were going to go into the rodeo ring. And the fucking horse, they do this shit on purpose. If they don't like the rider, they'll get close enough to the rail where it'll fucking kind of push you off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the fucker did it to me. My foot was stuck in the stirrup. And I finally got it kicked off. But then I got him brought back around and I was like, hey, buddy, I'm petting him and feeding him and shit. He was good to go then. Then I got back to him, got back on him and rode him back to where he was going.
I've only tried it once when I was a kid and I got scared and I've never tried it since.
Yeah.
The ones that are like trained for like trail rides, fuck those ones. I hate those ones because you have to do certain things with the reins for those ones to listen. Unlike a horse that is just meant to be ridden. I mean, yeah, you still have to do certain things, but not like if you they have a knot on their on the reins. So if you rest that knot on their neck, that's for them to stop. Or if you do this or that, they'll yeah. I haven't ridden one in years, probably since I was a teenager.
I think I've only ridden horses a couple times, but only once as like with the reins.
What was her name?
And
Secretary.
Got him.
Got him.
I said horse, not whale.
Oh, I thought you said whores.
No.
You had whores.
I've ridden some whales in my day, but
Oh, yeah.
Kick the leg and ride the wave in. Gross. Huh?
no, the one time I had the reins, like I just went like 20 feet and I went to turn him around and I crashed him right into a fence.
What is it with you crashing shit that you ride?
I'm kidding. I was making a joke about the moped incident, but
the fucker wrecked my moped.
I heard.
Son of a bitch. Thank God I fixed it though. I missed that thing. That thing was fun to ride. Lucas wouldn't know
Mopeds
though.
are kind of dangerous.
If you're an idiot,
Well,
all Lucas had to do was actually turn the other way. And he would have been fine, but no, he turned towards the garage.
yeah.
And it did have an issue where the accelerator wasn't working correctly, but all he had to do was just kind of whatever. Well, fucking. What
I should have done is just when I realized I didn't have enough room to make that left turn, I should have just let it kill. Like when I heard it sputter, like I should have just let it go and just walked it. And instead, I was trying to stop it from sputtering, and so I gave it just a little bit of gas, but my feet were on the ground at this point, so it ran right out from underneath me, and
that'll happen.
Apparently Kelly has it on video.
Oh, yeah.
that's right. Yeah, she was up there, and
Her and Emma were both laughing their asses off. I was like, "What the fuck?" And like I said, all he had to do to just turn right instead of left because he crashed into the garages over here. It was funny, I thought.
I hit the metal pole too, or the cement pole, not the.
not even
actually, that was probably better.
Did you get hurt?
No, because it was literally like a 5 mile an hour collision.
Yeah. Well, I first thing I did, was ask him, "Are you all right?" Yep. Well, what the fuck did you do to my wife? I made sure I did the right thing by asking if he was okay. Then what the fuck did you do to my moped? It was funny though. Yeah, Kelly's got a video. I wonder if we can find that.
Well, yeah, it was exactly like the scenario when I drove my go-kart the first time when I was a kid. Crashed it into our basketball pole.
It was funny. Have you
ever gotten into a car accident?
No.
What's that?
A car accident.
Oh. Like I technically, when I first started driving, I backed into it was like a little post at a gas station that I couldn't see behind me. But it didn't do any damage to anything.
Yeah.
Only accident I've been in a car accident. It was pretty fucking nasty too. But I wasn't driving. And my head hit the windshield and bounced off and hit the side window. My knee went through the dash and thank goodness that the car we were in, and I kind of felt bad for the guy that we hit, but we were in an older fucking Ford Torino 4-door, big old land yacht, and she hit a fucking, it was like a 96 or 97 Grand Prix. So, and she T-boned that fucker too, and she shit canned it to get, that intersection on 5th Avenue here? On 5th Avenue South and 25th Street?
Oh, yep.
We were going north, and she was about a half a block away, and the light turned yellow, so she shit canned it. and the light turned red before we got to the intersection.
Yeah.
And this guy turned it, bam! She just hit that fucker, and I was like, oh yeah. I got brought to the emergency room and everything. I was fucked up for a while. I had to go, I was in traction, wore a soft collar for 6 months.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was fucked up.
Jesus Christ.
I guess I have been in an accident where I wasn't driving. It was my aunt was driving and we got rear-ended, but she got whiplash incredibly bad. I remember like getting flung forward and stuff, but I had my seatbelt on and all that. I wasn't injured in the slightest. Like my neck, I didn't get whiplash, nothing. But
Whiplash sucks.
yeah, she was in a soft collar just for whiplash.
Yep. Soft. That shit is, they call it soft tissue damage, but that's what whiplash is. And it was fucked up to where I ended up with like 2 slip discs in my neck too and everything. They thought about doing back surgery or neck surgery, and I decided against it. My grandma had back and neck surgery, and she was not the same after her surgery. So I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing it. I'll deal with it. Give me some pills. I'll be good.
Give me some pills.
Oh,
Give me some pills.
They used to give me.
Yeah, could I just get some opiates instead?
Oh, dude, I used to have a little
ibuprofen.
They used to give me some good shit, and I would take 2 or 3 a day, and then don't be drinking while you're on this shit. Oh, this is my fucking 20s. You're gonna fuck? Are you crazy? You guys see how much I don't even drink half as much as I used to. So back then I was, it's Friday night. Let's see you guys tomorrow. Popped a couple of pills and went to the bar. Next thing you know, it was Sunday. I'm like, fuck, it was just Friday. What happened?
They tell you not to drink on those because they just don't like people having fun.
Right? Yeah, they're party poopers.
Party poopers.
Yeah.
Give me some fucking heroin and a fucking beer. Let's get this party started. They say drugs are bad. It's because those people are no fun.
Exactly.
Boring.
Yeah. Give me a line and give me a shot of Fireball. We'll get to see how this thing goes.
God, could you imagine? One after another. Do a line of Coke and then take a shot.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done Coke, so I...
Oh, it's a good time.
It's not worth it.
Depending on the shit you get. You can get some good shit. It's fun.
That stuff is it affects the heart too much, and I already have issues with my heart, so like
me too. That's why it's fun.
It's good for the heart
and
the soul.
And your soul.
It makes your heart really work, and that's strength. It's working out,
right?
Yeah.
So we talked about UFC, obviously. Talked a little bit about boxing. So everybody knows what's happening in July is the fucking Mike Tyson,
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And it is an officially sanctioned pro fight. I saw that.
But it's only, they're using 16-ounce gloves and in 2-minute rounds.
2-minute rounds?
2-minute rounds.
How many rounds? 15?
10. No, 8. 8, I think.
I hope Tyson knocks him out, but age, come on. I mean, he's just not going to be, his reflexes are not going to be what they were.
No, but have you seen some of his training videos?
I have. He does. I mean, he still looks, he can throw punches. That's for sure.
I think that, the guy's still crazy fucking fast as far as his body movement and everything. If Tyson takes this, and he says he is, taking this as serious as it was any other fight in the past, Paul's fucked. Paul is fucked.
I wonder what his conditioning will be like. Tyson.
He's still built, and he's still fucking, I mean, obviously for a guy who's about to be 60, he looks fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
If he's still training and if he's still got the fucking movement, I mean, he's gonna be missing a step here and there.
Yeah.
But fucking dipshit isn't smart enough or fast enough to be able to take advantage of that one step that Tyson might be missing.
And the other thing, is stranger things in boxing have happened. Like, Foreman won the heavyweight title in his 50s.
Yeah. But was that against Buster Douglas?
I don't remember.
Buster Douglas beat Tyson.
Yeah, but that was Tyson's fucking downfall when he was so fucked up on shit. If you remember, Tyson was on everything in his last few fights. Mm-hmm. And especially that fight. He even said that I didn't take that fight seriously. The guy shouldn't have ever been. Buster Douglas got that fight just because there was nobody else really that Tyson could fight.
Yeah.
So they just kind of said, all right, this guy's in the top 10. Let's just feed him to the wolves. And then he fucking does a Holly Holm and upsets Tyson.
Yep.
So. But I think Paul is. We keep saying this over and over. We keep wanting Paul to lose. The only one he's lost to was an actual boxer, but it wasn't by a lot.
Yeah, it was close. Way closer than it had any right to be.
So this is a lose-lose for Paul anyway. If you lose, you lost to a 50-year-old man. If you win, you beat a 60-year-old man. But if you win, you beat up a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, that's true.
So is what it is. Fucking who cares? So you brought up earlier this. Now again, we've been talking about Helldivers almost every week since we got the fucking game.
Lots of controversy this week.
Set it out for us, Lucas.
So going forward, I think by the end of the month, in order to play, you have to have a PlayStation Network account. This has angered PC players,
Steam players,
greatly, because they are, I don't know, babies, I guess, and creating a PlayStation account, which takes 30 seconds, and then linking it to your Steam account, which takes another 30 seconds. I think
it's just, I don't know, the principle of it that they're upset about, but it is not that big of a deal.
I think it has to do with the modders. The guys that'll they do the quick keys and the hot keys for like their stratagems and shit. Then maybe there's going to be, they're like, okay, you know what? You're pissing off PlayStation players because you guys jump in and then you're destroying everything because you don't really have to do anything. You just click a button and there's your stratagem coming down and you're doing, maybe that's what it is.
I think it's actually just, because for Sony, it's their intellectual property. Helldivers is they own that.
Yep.
And with as big as the game has gotten, and especially because it's crossplay, they want those people playing it to be registered in the numbers for because
they want the data.
Yeah, they want that data for executives and C-suite people to. So they can justify possibly expanding it to Xbox as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did see that they were trying to, who was it that the devs said to PlayStation or somebody said, we need our Xbox players, especially because of what happened here with that, what was it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago when there was that major order where we couldn't take those planets.
Yeah.
And that might have been the reason why. But
they did take them, right?
No.
Yeah, there was
that failed order.
Yeah, we have failed one or two orders.
I think it was just one that we played on. Mm-hmm. It was that one where they needed. Wasn't the one with 10 planets? It was the one where they called it the fucking Vietnam of Helldivers because
Malevolent Creek or whatever.
Yes, Malevolent Creek. They said they went on there and it was horrible. Mm. And we couldn't get it. And that's when they were like, hey, we need our Xbox players to fucking be able to do it, which is, I don't give a fuck if somebody plays on an Xbox.
Yeah. I think to me, it makes sense from Sony's perspective because if you want to justify spending more resources on Helldivers intellectual property, then you need to be able to show that, here's the base of people interested in Helldivers.
Right.
And if a lot of them are playing on Xbox or PC, you have no way to really count those numbers for, your internal use. And
Right. I didn't know that Sony owned it. I thought it was...
Yeah, so they own the intellectual property, and Arrowhead is the one that develops it.
I thought they owned... I thought they owned the releasing rights, not like the intellectual property.
Yeah, they're the publishing... They're the publisher, I think, and but they do own the IP. I saw a post from the CEO of Arrowhead or something, because people have been they've been review bombing it on Steam. Because, I don't know, people think that...
Nobody gives a fuck about review bombing. That's the one thing. Yeah. It's happened movies. It's happened in music. It's happened TV. Review bombing doesn't make a fucking... people aren't going to watch us because the reviews suck. Fuck you. If I want to see it, I'm going to watch it.
It seems like PC people have a real problem with console people.
They do.
they just get mad at them.
Well, when they pump out $1,000, $2,000 for a mid-engine or a mid-grade gaming PC, when you could pay $300 or pay $500 for a PlayStation 5 and it runs just as good, if not better.
Yeah, I prefer these days to just I'll spend $500 on a PlayStation or Xbox, whatever.
Right.
Just to avoid the hassle of having, to troubleshoot RAM and my hard drive and shit like that. And
is this game going to be compatible with my build?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which is bullshit. That's one thing I fucking hate. Mm-hmm. When I had a gaming PC. I think it was one game. I don't remember what it was, but I couldn't play it on, and I got it for 10% over cost. And so I paid a little over $2,000 for this fucking gaming PC, right? Fucking thing could have launched the fucking space shuttle. But if you would have bought this thing retail, you would have paid over $3,500 for this computer. And it was one fucking game that I couldn't play, that I really wanted to play, and I couldn't because of, I think you're right. I think it's my graphics card wasn't compatible with it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? And I remember the guy that built it for me is a friend of mine, and I had this computer sitting in his shop, and I was paying $50 a month because I was connected directly to his server. And he goes, "That's just how shit goes, Jay." I'm like, "Well, fuck, man. Is there a universal?" He goes, "Unfortunately, not." And it pissed me off. Ever since then, I just said, "Fuck it." I started. I'll put maybe say $500 into a computer, and if there's a game I want to play on PC, I'll play it. But I'll get a console.
Yeah.
Greatest PC game of all time, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
The original Doom, or what was it? Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah.
My dad loved that game.
The original Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's kind of interesting. It was developed entirely by a single person, and he wrote it in assembly language, which is basically one of the most complicated languages that you can write in.
Really?
You have to give it. If I understand it correctly, assembly is like when you have another computer programming language and you compile it to actually make the program. You write all your code and you compile it. It like takes your code, and the compiling process basically writes it. It translates it into assembly language. So it's like the code that the machines really understand, and he wrote it in that language. I mean,
he did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Wasn't there other tycoons too after?
Zoo Tycoon.
Yep.
There's
it spawned a ton.
Huge genre. Like I said, I played that Jurassic Park where you make your own park.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I can't believe it. I actually had fucking fun playing that game. I think I had it on my Xbox One.
Nice.
Those games are really fun.
Yeah. Obviously I'm a PlayStation guy, but I got an Xbox One X because I wanted to play some games on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Go.
I just really like my PlayStation, my PS5.
Yep.
The PS5 is just, as far as I'm concerned, Xbox is already talking about their next gen because they could not fucking keep up. The PlayStation just blew it out of the water. They should just, if Xbox wants to, or if Microsoft wants to make a ton more money off fucking video games, quit with your consoles. You got five out of 10 of the best fucking publishers and game developers out there. Just make the video games and then fucking license them to PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Make your fucking money that way. You'll make more money doing that than you with a console anyway. And then really piss off people by adding DLC. I fucking hate DLC, but obviously we're doing it.
Yeah.
But it's not a ton. It's not like, there's 3 different fucking versions of that WWE 2K24. One of them's $60, one's like $90, and the other one's like $130 for that game.
Yeah. Not worth it.
No. And most of it is just is cosmetic. I dig it, but whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't need any of it to be successful. The base stuff is enough to do everything.
Right. So we got that with Helldivers. We got a new war bond coming up, and oh shit!
Oh, that is close.
That's a photo finish. Yep. Kentucky Derby going on here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are any of those your horse?
It was 17. He was in the lead for a while, but then he fell back. I don't know if one of those 2 horses that came up were them.
I don't think so.
No,
that is. The middle one is 17.
Middle one is 17.
So.
God, that's going to be close. Oh. I don't think they declared a winner yet.
No.
But so just the one thing with this Helldivers controversy, the one group of people that have a point is the people who live in countries that you can't create PlayStation Network accounts in.
But how many of those are there, though?
I mean, there's a lot of countries, but I mean, I don't think there's probably not a ton of players.
Oh my God!
It's
the one on the way left. I
think so. Oh, wait, no, was that the ones?
See,
this is such 3. A close. Yeah, I think it's 3, which I think was like a 41-1.
Yeah, but it just looks like that because his head was up. The other one's
how do they judge that? Is it by the head or is it by?
It's whatever crosses first. It has to be. It's right.
Oh my God!
Yeah, number 3.
3.
Wow.
By an inch, not even probably half an inch.
Yeah.
Man, see, we should have bet on the fucking long odds.
I don't know what his odds were.
I thought it was 41-1 when he was in the lead.
People need to listen to me when it comes to these stupid things.
But there was a lot around that final turn. There was a lot of commotion, so I didn't see if he lost the lead, and then they took the leaders away off the board.
But then they're going to test all these. They're going to test all 3 of those horses, and make sure if there was any banned substances.
Yep, I think they just called it for 3.
Yeah. So
damn.
Now there's a new fucking war bond coming out. on this coming Thursday, do you have your $10 or your 1,000 fucking?
I don't know.
And it's spendy. I already got mine. I already paid. Yeah.
I'll probably have to buy
Like a $5 one.
Yeah, like the $2.99 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll do too. I'm pretty close to that.
Because there
was one cool thing on there, a weapon or something.
I'll get all the weapons.
The incendiary impact grenade sounds awesome.
Yep.
Once they fix the damn fire damage thing.
See, I have the other incendiary grenade, and it ain't bad. I just don't like the fuse.
Yep. Fuses they're rough. The only one that I'll use that has a fuse right now is the stun grenade.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's impact for sure.
Yep.
And then we got to bring it up today. We've been doing our dailies, which nobody knows what a daily is. It's a mission that they give you to complete every day in order to get
15 war bonds
that
you can buy stuff with.
And we've been doing pretty good with it until today. Fuck today's daily.
How many stalkers?
10.
That's
10 fuck. And those stalkers suck in the first place.
Yep. They're, in my opinion, the worst enemy in the game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Bile Titans will take those fuckers out.
Now that I know how to kill Bile Titans, they're not that bad unless you get caught without stuff. Everything's on cooldown.
Right. Like yesterday.
Stalkers, there's no good way.
No.
You're fucked.
Me and Lucas did our daily yesterday. And what was it?
4 chargers.
4 chargers. We ended up killing... On our first mission, we ended up taking out like 10.
Yeah. We had 4 of them dead within 3 minutes of the start of the mission.
And so you kind of missed out on an easy one yesterday.
It was an easy one.
But 10 fucking stalkers.
Should at least get like 30 fucking medals for that.
Well, and I told this to Lucas earlier. My problem with this fucking game is, okay, you pick your mission, and it tells you what your overall mission is. They should list the 2 side missions before you launch in. So
because they should know what's on the planet. They should know that there's a radar installation. It's their installation.
Right. So if we can get to the radar installation, then we'd be like, we get there quick, get the thing going, and then we could find the fucking stalker nests.
I have another suggestion, and they could do it as like a ship upgrade or something. Don't make it super expensive or need super samples, but
a sex room?
That's... Yes.
On the table.
Yes, that's all. I mean, that one's obvious.
It's got legs.
It's got legs.
But they should...
Open legs. But.
They should... When you're going into a mission, choosing your loadout, it should give you a little overview that says, our scans have picked up high concentrations of nursing spewers or something. So you know that's going to be a more common enemy type. Right. Then you can choose your weaponry accordingly.
Well, not just that. I mean, with something like you're talking about, like those bile spewers... You could grab a set of fucking armor that carries 2 extra fucking grenades.
Yep. Because I know if I get into a mission and see bile spewers or nursing spewers right away,
we're pissed off.
I know that
it's gonna get ugly.
I'm gonna need some kind of explosive damage to deal with this, and sometimes you just don't bring that for whatever reason.
Yep.
Yeah. I make fun of Justin sometimes because there for the longest time he always brought his machine gun.
It's a good gun.
That stalwart is so much better though.
The machine gun, the only thing that makes the machine gun a little better in certain situations is it has more armor piercing.
Yes.
So it can deal with like the bile spewers relatively effectively compared to the stalwart.
Right, but the stalwart will actually, its recoil isn't as bad. That's why. Anyway, so we got those, and then I've been carrying around that fucking that single shot grenade pistol. That thing's been a fucking heaven since yesterday when we were doing those dailies. We went into a major fucking nest, and Lucas didn't have anything to close them.
I have no explosive stuff that could close
because we were already stuck with. We just got attacked by bile spewers, and so we used all our grenades already. So I just went down. And I was like, "Fuck! I got my So I went down there and closed like 6 of them with it. And I think those are a little bit stronger than regular impact grenades. A little bit, not by
Which
much.
ones?
The grenade pistol.
Oh,
I think
I'm not sure.
It's not as strong as a grenade launcher, but it's I think it's a little bit stronger than an impact grenade.
But yeah, I didn't have anything. The only thing I had that could close any nest holes was the quasar cannon. But that's a 15-second cooldown now between shots.
Jeez.
So Lucas had to keep everything off my ass while I was trying to close these fucking things. And
That's
of course, we get 3 fucking chargers. And it was the one time that I brought a rail cannon. I never bring rail cannon.
No.
You guys are fucking bosses with that rail cannon. Me, I just...
Which? Oh, the orbital rail cannon?
Yes. That thing you guys are boss with.
Effective. I wish I didn't have to bring it every time, but almost have to bring it every time.
Where we're at as far as where we start playing at, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to get away without bringing it sometimes. Because I do like to mix things up now and then so that I don't become too dependent on a certain piece of equipment.
Right.
Yep.
Lucas actually brought the Rover yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
And I think that thing is, and they kind of nerfed it a bit because now it would hit me a couple times, but it didn't fucking drain me to half life.
Yep, they lowered the damage output on it.
But it's still fast as shit getting to whatever. But I did also notice that they did kind of, they nerfed one of the fucking orbitals. No, it was an Eagle. To where, no, it was the fucking Hellbomb. These, you can see that these fucking guys are within the fucking death radius, and these guys are living.
Yeah, are you talking about the 500 kilogram?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've found out about that is that it's not as effective on like smaller enemies because the explosion is most of the explosion happens like a little bit off the ground, and so some of the smaller enemies can live through it.
I seen this fucking video of these 2 guys. They were testing something. So what they did is they dropped a fucking 500K right next to each other, right? And the one guy had a PSG, the personal shield generator. And what they did is the other guy came in and they hugged.
I saw that.
And they lived. They both lived. Yep. It helped them out. I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, we the main problem, and we've said this 1,000 times, we don't know enough of what we're getting into to see what our fucking
what our loadout should be. Bring the armor with the extra grenades, a grenade launcher, and then the grenade pistol.
Just full grenade.
Yep. See what happens.
That would probably save a lot. But there's one piece of armor that I have that actually, if I wore it more often, would help us quite a bit. I would have to use that in that booster, and that's that one where it helps with, they can't detect us for up to 30% closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so if you add that and then you stack it with that same booster, it does help because I've tried it. Mm-hmm. But I just don't like the armor the way it looks. We're all like that. Let's not bullshit each other. We're all very picky on which armor. Because I like the armor I wear. I look like fucking Snake Eyes. Lucas looks like
all black, right?
It's black with a little bit of red. And then it's got the red fucking streak across the top. Lucas has got his with the fucking bug fucking helmet.
I love that helmet.
And then you got the red and black one with the shells on it. And then you wear the fucking, that helmet.
Yep.
Yours is a little off. You know, it doesn't really match, but I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah.
What I want is some friggin' fire resist armor. And then we could all bring flamethrowers and personal shield generators and just
light them all up.
That would be cool.
Fucking flame. I don't know what you'd call it. What
flame resistant?
Or no, I mean like what you'd call your squad of just incinerators.
The flamers.
I was going to say flamers.
Yep.
Oh, here comes the flamers.
The flamers are landing. This isn't going to be very scary.
But the new stuff that's coming out this week, I believe, is supposed to help with terrain.
So
we have a booster that already does that. if we used to use it.
Here's what it actually is. A lot of the descriptions from Super Earth Command, you have to take with a grain of salt.
Yep.
Because like the packing thing that the ship module for advanced packing or something, all it does is it uses like fancy words about, the polystyrene, this or that.
Yeah.
All it is packing peanuts that they put in to make it a little more resistant.
Right.
But with the this new armor, they say the color is to help you blend into snowy planets to make enemies harder to detect you. But the actual passive is servo assisted, which lets you throw farther.
Which you want.
I do want that. But so they're like saying, Super Earth is saying, you'll be harder to detect, but all it means is you can throw your stratagems from further away, which makes you harder to detect.
Yeah.
So you aren't actually blending in. It's
that's where they need to fucking finally go in there and be like, okay, here's this group of armor that we say does this. Does it actually do that? No. Okay, so let's fix that really quick, and let's fix this set because I have a shitload of. I'm sure you guys do, but I have a shitload of armor. I have a set of armor that Lucas would like to have, but I don't remember where I got it.
Yeah, it's got to be from that superstore with super credits. That's the only place I could think it would be.
Right. And so I use it once in a while because it's not the one that's servo assisted. It's
what's its specialty? What
it can throw the grenades further.
Okay.
That is the servo assisted one.
No, the other one that I have can do it too, but it's not servo assisted. Remember? I have two of the fucking servo assisted. I don't have the third one out of that one war bond.
Oh.
The other one actually can do it too, but it's not servo. It's not. It might be servo assisted, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Let's put it that
way. What I want is light armor that's servo assisted.
Which is mine is light armor.
And that's one that it's not one from the war bond because it's two mediums and a heavy armor in the war bond.
Right. Right, mine's a light, and I'll have to fucking see if we can find out where.
Does it really make it that much of a difference to have that specialty?
Have you seen me throw it when I wear it? Tomorrow we'll jump on, and you'll watch me fucking. I'll put it on, and you watch me throw that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You get some extra distance on it. I'm not fucking around.
Yep, the first time I saw someone use it on one of the Twitch streams that I was watching, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how far he threw that. It was Uncle Rico out there.
You remember when you first noticed that I was walking around and I had that fake arm and that fake leg, that mechanical shit? Mm-hmm. Those will do the same thing.
Yep,
I remember wearing them and I was like, fuck, I like it. Look, I like that look. But then I ended up changing to the stuff that I got now. But the other stuff that I have that actually, it's a light armor, looks like a fucking, like a pilot suit because it has a tube and everything and shit. It's cool. I like it. So
it's hell divers, not fashion divers.
That's true. That is true. But they should give our fucking capes and our fucking helmets some sort of passives.
There are some shitty capes out there.
Yeah.
And helmets.
I really like the one that's my three favorites are the one that's it's a regular colored. It looks a little camo and it looks tattered at the bottom. Then I like the one with the big red skull in the middle. And then I like the one that I currently wear that kind of, cuts down and to the right a bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know it's not fashion fucking diver.
Guy playing fashion diver over here.
But you're right, though. Like, passives on helmets and capes would just add a little more flexibility for, your build.
Right.
And also... they don't have to be game-breaking passives. Like, just a small quality of life thing per item.
Mm-hmm. Right. Give our helmets the ability to adjust to the recoil. You know? That would be cool. Or give our helmets the ability to zoom in more than what the weapon lets us zoom in on.
Or even, see and... bad conditions.
Yeah, see through fog a little bit better.
Right. Yeah. And then the capes could give us maybe like a option for
flying.
Yeah. No, like maybe what do you call it? Ability to walk through fucking brush and up hills and shittier fucking mud and stuff like that easier. Or turn it into a fucking rubber ducky so we can go through the fucking water instead of drowning. Tell me that these guys know everything about survival, but they can't swim? Are you fucking kidding me? They fly through fucking space in a pod through the atmosphere.
Yeah, you're telling me that thing, your suit and helmet aren't like, there isn't some kind of air system in there?
There's no fucking...
To let you breathe? Come on.
This is
Should have a
bullshit.
life jacket stratagem.
Like I said, the rubber ducky, the fucking floaty across. Remember that time when Lucas, he purposely died and he fucking went over to the other side and we just threw all our shit over at him? That was pretty funny.
Some of those maps are just absurd with the way that you have to go all the way around the whole fucking map just to get 10 feet across the river.
Yeah.
Yep.
So before we finish her up, I know you guys really wanted to talk about it because we currently have it on. It's the NBA Finals.
Playoffs.
Excuse
We'll
me.
be talking about the finals soon enough.
I was pretty pumped to see LA lose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not a big LeBron fan. You don't have a guy who says that I am the GOAT, I am the greatest of all time. If you're the greatest of all time, you don't need people to know it.
I don't think he says it. I don't think he claims it.
Oh, he does.
I don't think he does.
I think there was one interview where he said, I don't know, maybe it was a podcast, that when he beat the Warriors in 2016 with the best record, that's when he considered himself to be the greatest.
That's
the only time I've ever heard him proclaim himself.
It's a valid argument.
No.
It's a valid argument. I think the case can be made for it. And like I said before, you're going to start hearing more people.
Super fucking team chaser.
You're going to start hearing more people that say LeBron's the GOAT because
they're idiots. That's why.
But it's going to be, it's the same way that we grew up watching Jordan do his thing.
Right.
And now this generation watching Anthony Edwards.
Yep.
New GOAT.
The new GOAT.
The new GOAT.
But it's because, people before us, they came up and it was Wilt. Wilt was the GOAT. And then
technically he's got what, fucking like 7 championships, 8?
No, it's
I think the person with the
more
most,
than Jordan.
Russell.
Yeah, Russell has the most.
Yeah, that's
He's
what I
got
meant.
like 11.
But yeah, no, I get it. So we got who we got playing tonight again? We have the Nuggets
versus our
The Wolves.
T-Wolves.
And
Actually,
the
it's
T-Wolves.
T-Wolves versus the Nuggets tonight.
Might be the
so-
best team they've ever had. This is the first playoff appearance they've had since 2004. And they have a serious chance of
the first sweep the organization has ever completed
against the Suns.
Yep.
And they're winning by like 14, I think, right now.
First quarter, dude.
I know.
Calm down, psycho.
That's big though. At Denver to come out strong like that. That's
in that altitude, the Denver altitude.
True.
I always forget about that. That is
It's a real thing.
That is a fucking. I mean, look at the NFL. You got fucking kickers who, hey, let me go for the 65-yarder here in Denver. Are you crazy? No, the fucking air's thinner, you douchebags. Janikowski was doing it at 70 yards, but they wouldn't let him do it past fucking 60.
Yeah. The first time when I lived out in Colorado, the very first workout that I did, and I had
Put your pants on?
I was in great shape because I had been doing jujitsu here for a year at that point, like 4 times a week. Best shape of my life. First training session in Colorado, I was dead. I mean, it was
Dead, like
dead. I was
clinically.
I had no pulse. It was crazy.
Your rigor mortis was setting in and everything.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. So 18 to 6, 4 minutes. Yeah. Both kind of low scoring for a first quarter, though.
Yeah, there's still 4 minutes left.
Oh, well,
but
that's
it's,
Nas, come on, you got to finish that, Nas Reed.
You guys are obviously hoping to see your Timberwolves to go.
Oh yeah.
If I remember right, last year you guys, or at the beginning of the year, you guys did say if they did make it to the finals, you guys would go to one of the games.
I'd be open to it.
I would have to see ticket prices, but I would definitely be like,
ticket price would be expensive.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I would.
How much would you spend on a ticket?
I could see myself spending a few hundred. Like,
how much would you spend for my ticket?
Zero.
How much would you? God damn it! You guys are dicks. Anyway, no, it does look like it's going to be an interesting year for you boys. When was the last time one of your guys, other than the female WNBA?
The Twins in 1991.
Was that the last time any?
Was the last time?
And I'm not trying to pick on Minnesota sports.
Yeah, that was the last time.
Other than
it's
the
the
Lynx,
longest sports drought for championships out of the major cities.
Wow, right on. Alrighty, well, gentlemen, do you have anything else you would like our listeners to know?
Nope.
Is it because you think they're stupid, or they already know everything?
They don't need to know.
They don't need to know. How about you there, Lucas?
Nope.
Well, I would like them to know that they can check us out on YouTube and check us out on Good Pods and Spotify and pretty much anywhere else you can find your podcast. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube, and make sure to share us with your friends. Take a picture.
Take some pictures.
Go fuck yourselves.
And go fuck yourselves.